2020. If everyone would stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. Next, we have the call to the public. I wish to make this announcement is that if you wish to call in, please do so on the phone number of 810-227-5225. If you wish to email us during this time period, email is info@genoa.org. Let's open the call to the public. I'll give it a few seconds. We intend on keeping this open during the meeting because some folks might type the way I do. It's not pretty, but and then we'll acknowledge that throughout the meeting and close it out towards the end. Alrighty, not seeing or hearing anything at this time. Let's move on to the approval of the consent agenda. That's items 1 and 2.
Move approval.
Low support.
That was Robin and Diana?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Is there any dissent? Hearing none, the motion passes with unanimous support. We now have to move on to the approval of the regular agenda. That would be items 3, 4, 5.
Move approval.
Low support.
Jean and
Okay,
Diana.
I am still,
Jean and Diana.
thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, I didn't say my name.
That's
That's
okay.
fine. You have it now, Polly?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. We have a motion support for the regular agenda. Any dissent? Hearing none, the motion passes with unanimous support. Let's move to item number 3. This is a request to reappoint Jill Ricard and Chris Graycheck to 3-year terms on the Planning Commission beginning July 1, 2020, and Michelle Kretzberg to a 3-year term on the Zoning Board of Appeals beginning July 1, 2020, as recommended by the supervisor. I will tell everyone, I did personally talk to Jill and Chris, and I know Amy talked to Michelle, and they're all back on board. So at least we have that going in our favor. They didn't walk on us.
On the list of the Planning Commission, you list Doug Brown.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
no, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. That should have been gone a long time ago. Okay.
But we're still just reappointing the 3 listed on the agenda.
That's
so.
all. Right.
Yeah.
That's all. That's coming up for June. So.
Low move approval.
Hunt support.
Alrighty. And if we could remember to please, I know Doug probably appreciates it, but please remove his name from that list. We have a motion and support. Did you get that?
Yes, I did.
Ready? Any dissent? Hearing none, the motion passes with unanimous support. Let's move on to item number 4. This is the request to set the 2020 Genoa Township millage rate at 0.7939 in order to calculate the 2020 winter tax rate at the direction of the township assessor.
Low
Move
moves,
approval. I'm sorry, Diana, did you support?
yes.
Thank you.
We have a motion and support. Any questions?
Just to know, this will be the township allocated that'll levy on the 2021, or I'm sorry, 2020 winter tax bill.
I'll correct the agenda.
No, the agenda's correct.
Oh, yeah.
No. And we're sub 8. I think we went down a little bit.
Yeah, we were 0.7990.
Yep. So guys are being very efficient with our funds. All right, this one will require a roll call vote. Madam Clerk?
Ledford,
Aye.
Croft? Terry, Croft?
He is saying aye.
Okay, Hunt,
Aye.
Lowe,
Aye.
Mortensen,
Aye.
Galeras, aye, Rogers.
Aye. Motion carries. And item number 5, this is the request for approval of a revised per diem policy as requested by the township board.
Ledford moves approval.
Discussion.
Oh,
The paragraph number 4. Wait a minute, let me find the paragraph just a minute. Oh, on computer page 14, item number 3, electronic training and educational webinars, classes and events will be paid subject to pre-approval by the administrative committee. I think that's a little troublesome because sometimes these things come up, between the weekly meetings. And let me propose some alternative wording. Meetings, events, clauses, members, classes, seminars, and situations not listed above will require pre-approval by any 2 non-attending board members or the board. Let me read that again. Will require pre-approval by any 2 non-attending board members or the board.
I'm comfortable with that.
Any other comments? When you're saying any 2 board members, and that then we just may have to make sure that's disclosed so we're not questioning each other as to where all that came from. That's all.
Okay.
If you're dealing with that language, just to make sure.
Okay, so we're adding, I want to make sure I have it clear. We're adding or other situations approved by the administrative committee or by any 2 non-attending board.
Well, I would get rid of the words administrative committee, just any 2 board
Take
members.
that out.
Yeah,
And
Would
you-
that be the clerk, the treasurer, the supervisor, or would that be 2 trustees?
any 2 board members. In reality, it'll probably be it'll probably in reality, it'll be either one of the 3 board members who are on the planning commission, but are on the administrative committee, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. Just any 2 board members can approve it as long as they're not the ones attending. In practice, it'll be probably the clerk, the supervisor, or the treasurer.
And you do understand that the administrative committee does meet weekly, so I would.
Yeah, but
Okay,
something can come up and, you know. that's- Why don't you try that word if it's, doesn't
Yeah, I'm
work?
having a little difficulty with that language. Especially when our committee meets every week. And Robin's in the office on Tuesday, Monday. I'm on Monday, Robin, and Tuesday, Robin's there on Wednesday. I'm there on Thursday, and she's there on Friday, and so.
Would you be willing to consider two members of the administrative committee versus board members?
Yes,
I like that better.
That's
yes,
fine. Fine.
thank you.
So you're just looking to revise paragraph 3 on computer page 14, right? Not add a new paragraph?
Right.
And you want the word other situations put in there?
I didn't put that in there.
will be paid subject to pre-approval by 2 administrative committee members.
Perfect.
Okay,
That's fine.
okay, we have a motion by Ledford and support by Mortensen, and we just need approval of the board.
And that's the motion and support as amended.
Yes,
Okay. Any further discussion? Any dissenting votes? Hearing none, the motion passes with unanimous support. Let's move on to correspondence.
Yes, you have another letter from Charter Communications about changes. And then you have a thank you note that I received. There was a lady came in and she had a resident who was 100 years old, and she asked me if we would do anything for that. And so we created I created a plaque, and Mike put it together, and that was a thank you note from her. That's pretty much it.
Very nice on that.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Good job.
first class, first class.
At this juncture, before member discussion, I am going to close call to the public. And now let's move on to member discussion. Any comment, question?
I have something, Supervisor. Just to catch anybody up, if you get asked, we had a really hard time keeping up with refuse collection, yard waste, and large item and recycling. Advanced is back to pretty full staffing. We're finding a lot of pent up demand with the yard waste, so we're asking customers, please be patient. We are out there picking up, but there's a lot of material. Similarly with cardboard recycling, everything that people are buying right now is coming from Amazon or the online food purchases, and we're getting slammed with cardboard. So if you notice up at the upper lot, we added a 4th dumpster. We had some windy days a couple weeks ago, and we really had a mess. So we're keeping on top of it now, but we're getting slammed with cardboard, getting slammed with yard waste. But we are resuming yard waste collection, and we are resuming the large item program, because a lot of people seem to be cleaning out attics and basements during the shelter in place order. Other than that, we're keeping on top of things.
The only thing I'd like to add to that is we still have not rescheduled the drop off at the township hall for yard waste. Until the stay at home is lifted, they don't want to even try to schedule that, so.
It went out. I know with that,
At this
way
point,
back then with all the flyers, when we were changing everything, for instance, at the home carts, it was supposed to be cut to a 3x3, nothing to exceed the top of the cart in size. I guess we could remind folks, but, or put something on it. But anyway.
Yeah, I don't know. Did somebody come in on the call to the public, or can I speak?
I just have to inform you that our YouTube feed just went out. That was Adam. So I think technically per the executive order, we should probably wrap this up if we're not dealing with something important, because I'm not sure we're in compliance right now with the Open Meetings Act.
I'm
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to mention to the board that we're going to have a little notice in the mailing in July. And there's no time to bring that to the board if I have to print it ahead of time. Just so people can email me if they want to get on if they want absentee voting. Just to let you know.
And before we call for adjournment, one quick thing. Many of you may be aware the state revenue estimating conference was last week.
Okay, thanks.
And around the state, the numbers are very ugly. As administrative staff, and I know all of you folks, is we've got to really pay attention even more than normal and not incur any additional costs through this year unless absolutely necessary, because with the numbers that they were seeing, we're not sure how it's going to affect us. So let's not take any chances. Let's make sure we get the things done that are in the pipeline, maintain what we can maintain, and then we'll readjust through the next budget cycle. But let's be very, very cautious about getting a little bit too ahead of ourselves. That's all.
For the next meeting, can we go through what we've done with personnel? We had layoffs, reduced work weeks, or whatever.
Sure.
Yeah.
We've got, I mean, we were ahead of the curve on all that stuff, by the way.
There was a synopsis that I put together for your last meeting. If you take a look at that, but we can update that and let you know what we're doing going forward.
Are we back
As I
on?
recall.
So Matt called and said that he's streaming just fine. So I don't know if it's just a problem with Adam's equipment,
Okay.
but if the meeting's over, we should probably play it safe and wrap things up.
It is, if there's nothing else during discussion, a motion for adjournment is in order.
Low
Okay.
move to adjourn.
Support. Ledford supports.
Thank you.
Any dissent? Hearing,
Thanks, everybody.